This is Inconstant. So this is another episode of Inconstant. This is episode 3 of season 2, and I'm going to be interviewing Ellie Goulding, and I'm going to be asking her the top 20 most common job interview questions for the role of archaeologist. So let me just welcome Ellie to the podcast.
All right there, I'm Ellie Goulding, and I'm going to be answering the questions about becoming an archaeologist, like.
Okay, Ellie. So I'll start off with the first question, which is tell me a bit about yourself.
All right, so I'm Ellie Goulding, and I'm a pop singer. Well, I used to be a pop singer, but I want to become like an archaeologist now because I just got like really bored of like going around on tours and stuff like that. So I I retrained to be an archaeologist. I did some like online courses on like YouTube and stuff. And yeah, so I was like singing songs and stuff, but I just got a bit bored of that, so I did some online YouTube courses to retrain as an archaeologist.
Okay, Ellie. So how did you how did you hear about this position?
Well, I was like on like LinkedIn or whatever, and I just saw the advert for this archaeologist like position, and I thought like that's what I want to do in it. So that's why how I heard about it.
And why do you want to do this job?
Well, like archaeology is like a huge passion of mine and stuff in it, and I just want to contribute to like the um, you know breadth of human knowledge and the depth of human knowledge about like things that are buried in the ground and stuff in it.
And as an archaeologist, what would be your greatest strengths?
Well, like because like I am new to like the profession and stuff. I think I bring like a lot of enthusiasm and stuff, and because I'm really famous, I think I'll be able to sort of like use my contacts to help you kind of like get into a lot of like secret uh uh burial sites or whatever. And I also think like because like I'm a girl, it'll be like a really good thing for like the archaeology community to see that like strong female characters can also be like archaeologists. It's not just for like grumpy old men like that you see on like Ground Force or Time Team or whatever.
Okay, that's very interesting. And what would you consider to be your greatest weaknesses as an archaeologist?
Well, like I haven't got like a lot of experience in the field of like archaeology or whatever, so it maybe I might be like overlooking like certain things or whatever. But I think that my enthusiasm will more than make up for it, and I also say like I've got quite long nails as well, so I think that might be like a little bit of a problem because I have to go to like the nail salon quite often sort of to make sure that they're like got blinging colours or whatever.
Um, okay, that's quite interesting, Ellie. Thank you for being so forthright and honest with us. Um, could you tell me what you think your greatest professional achievement to date is?
Well, I think like my greatest sort of professional like achievement to like today is um winning like the Los Premios 40 Principales um best international act in 2015. I thought that was like a really I think that was like a really impressive thing that I did there and stuff in it. So because that's like in it's not something that a lot of like English people have done. I don't think. Like Premiers is a Spanish like music award, so I think that just shows that I've got like international experience in it. Okay, that's very good, Ellie. Um, Tell me about a challenge or conflict that you faced in work and how you dealt with it. Well, let me think. Let me think about that. At one time I was being like interviewed by Piers Morgan, and he was, as usual, acting like a complete cunt. And I just thought, well, really, just call him a cunt. But then, I just thought that's what he wants me to do. So I just thought, you need to hold your tongue there, really, because if you don't hold your tongue, it's just going to turn into like a bigger fiasco. Because even though he's been like really rude and like really feisty to me, I just thought, you've just got to like stay calm in situations like this. So that was like quite a difficult thing to do because I really just wanted to like throw like a glass of water in his face because he's such a cunt. Yeah, yeah, I can understand that. I think we all think that Piers Morgan's is a complete cunt. Um, can you tell me about a time that you disagreed with a decision that was made at work? Well, let me have a think about that. Let me have a think. Um, what time did I disagree that with a decision that was made at work? Oh, that's quite quite difficult. Let me try and think. Okay, so one time I was going to contribute vocals to the John Lewis advert, Christmas advert campaign, and I just like disagreed with like um the way that they were like trying to lay over the tracks. But we just talked to the producers, and we just said, I said to them, and my people spoke to them as well, and their people spoke to my people, and we just decided that maybe the best way to go would be to kind of have a discussion about it, just to air out all the grievances that we had. And I think it was a really successful campaign because we kind of worked out the differences, and there was no hard feelings between anyone. Okay, that's quite interesting, Ellie. Can you tell me about a time that you um, made a mistake? Well, I think like the biggest mistake, one of the mistakes I can really talk about quite a lot is being in a relationship with a dog pointer from McFly. Like he was um like he's got like a really big dick, but he didn't really know how to use it like properly. He's like always trying to slap me in the face with it. I just thought that was like so disrespectful. It was really disrespectful. I really didn't like appreciate that. And yes, I think that's like kind of like one of my biggest mistakes in my personal life was with like dating Dougie Pointer of McFly. What I was actually trying to get to was a professional um mistake that you've made. Oh, well, let me have a think about it. Yeah, let me have a think. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Um, I think, um, like the Pantene adverts were maybe a little bit of like a mistake, really, because like they made me look fat in them or whatever, and I didn't really appreciate that because like I'm not fat. I'm actually, I may look like I've got a fat face, but I haven't actually got a fat face really. Okay, that's quite interesting, Ellie. Um, let's just have a couple more questions.
Um, how do you like to be managed?
Oh, that's a really good question. Actually, that's a really good question. So I'm like, even though like I'm a solo artist and stuff, I still have to work with like producers and managers and stuff like that. And I like to be kind of just like I like to be in charge myself, really, because I've got a really quite a strong artistic voice, I think. And even though I'm going into the field of like archaeology and stuff, I'd just like to be kind of like given a task and let kind of like giving clear like priorities and objectives or whatever, and not to kind of like be like micromanaged. Do you know what I mean? Because I had a producer like that once that was just kind of like micromanaging everything, and I didn't really appreciate that. So I'd like to, to be kind of like just given a task and just be let be get on with it. I think I've noticed your voice change there a little bit, Ellie. It sounds a little bit more like a rude boy rather than kind of like a young woman, as I think it was sounding like before. Just let's see if we can get back to that a little bit. Got one more question for you. Um, if you're an animal, which one would you be? Oh, that's like a really good question. I think I'm sticking for this voice for the rest of the like interview or whatever. So I think which animal would I really like to be? So let me just think. Which animal would I really like to be? I don't know really. It's such a tough question. I think. I don't know really. I don't know. I think my fate. I think like I'm just trying to have a think which animal. I'm not like looking on the internet now to see what Ellie Goulding, because I am of course Ellie Goulding. I'm not looking on the internet to see like what her favorite animal is. Um, I think like I would like to be um not something that's endangered or anything like that. So not like a panda bear or a red panda or anything like that. I think I would like to be um I'd like to be like a wolverine or something, like because like they're just like fierce animals, like a honey badger or something like that, because like no one messes with them. Because I think I'm quite a fierce woman. Yeah, and I just think that having the claws would be quite useful for archaeology as well, to kind of like dig into the ground. Yeah, okay, so that's great, Ellie. Thank you for taking your time out to answer these most popular interview questions, and wish you all the best with your new career in archaeology. Thanks.